from this to this to this, the finished product. The roads of Geshaview. Let's have a look. Welcome to Geshaview, and welcome to a little introduction about how we created the roads and how we turned, in effect, a dirt track that meanders through the forest into a picturesque, very durable, very functional, very eco-friendly, very sustainable and long-lasting roadway, pathways and connection to all the houses here and all the facilities and functions. Wasn't easy, hasn't been easy, and has relied on old-fashioned traditional thought processes and technologies. And for the next few minutes I'd just like to take you through a very simple overview of how we took this mud, and they call it kal in Bulgaria, this mud which is sticky, heavy mud which lies beneath the forest, into a beautiful, picturesque road and path system. So here we go, let's go and have a look, see what we did. Yeah. The roads in Gesha are a very important aspect of the whole landscaping and the feel, and they were produced out of the construction vehicles, just finding and meandering their way through the trees and through the site plans of the houses for ease of access. And there's no concrete, there's no tarmac, there's no curbs or anything man-made. Quite simply, it's all just the local stone from the quarry laid onto the ground, and on top of that there's a much lighter layer of gravel on the top, and simply that's the roads. They're not designed for cars, as we know, so the construction of it is very simple, but underneath the road we have to account for the drainage and the mass of surface water that we get, obviously in the winter with the snow, and during the seasons with the downpours of rain that we get, that keeps everything lively and green. So simple construction, but obviously a lot of thought had to go into it, and the final product obviously has got to be visually very attractive and interesting. So let's go and have a look, see how we do it. Okay, this is how the road starts off. This is a very good example of just a service road that was created. The lorry took its first journey up here. After a few sessions of downpour and mud, they laid a little bit of gravel, then a bit more gravel, and this track here is probably 5 years old now, so a pretty solid foundation underneath, and this is what will be transformed into the finished product. So that gives you an idea of how it starts. Okay, here's the situation where we've got the half-made road, the completed road, where it meets the forest and the natural landscape. What we've done here is we've dug a trench, because we've got runoff water coming from the top of the village on unconstructed roads, so the water runoff is coming on the topsoil, the clay, not controlled, just running naturally. We've dug a trench here. We will look to see how that will act, how that will operate naturally. We've stopped the road for the moment here to allow us, we've got a bit of a wet period on the calendar coming up, so we'll watch the water here, we'll see how it flows, and then we will construct the road in relation to what we see. We've looked at this for a number of years, but when you change something up top, nature, you know, takes its course and starts to bring it back into what they want, not what we want. So this is what we do. We'll look at this also, the damage that ill-constructed, the road that's constructed in a not the right way, what damage the rain does in a few hours. But we'll look at that later after we've had a look to see how this is all constructed. So working with nature, let's see how it works in reality.